On June 23, 1944, as World War II raged on in the Pacific, Navy Lieutenant Roy Bechtel and his VF-1 Hellcat fighter were shot down in the northern Marianas Islands. Despite eyewitness accounts of the crash, neither his body nor his aircraft has ever been recovered until now. 61 years after Roy Bechtel's last battle, an elite team of volunteers wades ashore on the remote Pacific island of Pagan. Theirs is a mission, both heroic and daring.
Roger, it's Jerry, where you're 11
Find and recover the remains of a fallen American hero.
I was in the Marine Corps in Vietnam in the infantry, and I just did something to give back, pay it forward.
What brought me here was the adventure and the thought of actually finding some MIAs and helping some families come to closure with the loss.
The team, including historians, bomb disposal experts, and ex-Special Forces operatives, is Moore's Marauders, the creation of retired investment banker and historian Ken Moore.
Our objectives tomorrow are 4 missions. Number 1.
Moore's quest to repatriate America's missing heroes began 30 years ago, when he bucked long odds to recover the remains of his uncle, William Weber, a bomber pilot whose B-29, the Life of Riley, vanished in 1945. Despite U.S. government indifference, conflicting accounts, and mounds of false evidence, Ken managed to locate his uncle's crashed B-29, submerged in an island lagoon 10,000 miles from home.
I realized that this whole issue of MIAs was far greater than just my Uncle Billy. It's far greater than one person.
Now Ken uses the same bold leadership and renegade determination to find and recover other fallen heroes. He and his men are undeterred in the face of wild animals, venomous insects, and life-threatening tropical heat. Even the island conspires against them.
The ocean is against us. The island is against us. It feels like the island doesn't want us to know the secrets that lie within here.
The Marauders recon the island, study maps, and review the details of battle action reports.
27 VF-1 Hellcats along with 14 VB-1 Hell Divers and 6 VT-1 Avengers took off at 12:27 for a Strike 1 on Pagan Island.
After a grueling search, the Marauders find evidence of Bechtel's crash, hidden by the jungle for over 60 years.
That's a belly fan, then.
Definitely Navy.
This is in keeping with having pieces of your aircraft shot off.
According to the eyewitness reports from Rudy Matson, the aircraft was actually shot in half, right behind the cockpit.
With the findings of their on-site investigation in hand, the elusive pieces of a 60-year-old puzzle fall into place, leading the Marauders to Bechtel's exact crash site.
If he was going east to west, he came apart midway down the runway. The plane's got to be somewhere on the second half of that runway, I would think.
As the pieces of Lieutenant Bechtel's VF-1 Hellcat are uncovered from Pagan's thick volcanic ash, the Marauders know the remains of Lieutenant Roy Bechtel are found.
It's definitely not Japanese. Just looks like a bunch of scrap, but it's actually a plane.
We are standing on the remains of Lieutenant Roy Bechtel at this point.
Finding the remains of an American hero in the Marianas Islands is hard, but bringing him home is fraught with legal challenges.
We went back to present our report to these guys, and they threatened to arrest us for violating local law just for finding it.
Well, I got goosebumps thinking about this guy, and they know about it, and they're doing absolutely nothing.
One missing serviceman has been found, but thousands more remain. Join Moore's Marauders right now and help our nation fulfill its promise to leave no man behind. Your tax-deductible contributions to Moore's Marauders for as little as $10 per month fund vital research and the expeditions that will end a national tragedy and finally bring home the remains of America's MIAs. Generations of American families have loved, lost, and suffered in despair.
You guys?
With your support, they will know America cares.
When the last of the 35,000 men who are out there still missing are indeed returned to their families, then it will be time for Moore's Marauders to step down. We will be back, no question. That's my pledge to Bechtel. I don't break those kind of promises.
Contribute now. Your tax-deductible membership in Moore's Marauders will ensure that we the people fulfill our promise to leave no man behind.
These are the kind of wasps that when you get close, 10, 15, 20 feet of them, they come in hard and they hit you just fast. Come on out, let's go surfing.
This is the closest we've been to any underground facility ever. Short of going in there, I would never know, right? The fact that what we call Bunko Dunko was collapsed by American engineers, the fact that they came out here to do that, to hide that and make it inaccessible, teases my imagination.
Pagan Island is a virgin island. It is untouched. The resources, the land, the sea, the animals are completely perfect. This is a Tautomona tree, also known as a banyan tree. They're very spiritual here in the Sinai. Many of the locals feel that they have special powers. Not so much the tree itself, but the spirits that live in them.
I'm starting an IV on Steve because he's got heat exhaustion. We're going to get some fluids back into him. We're just going to take care of it. You start feeling spirits. You start knowing that people have died here on both sides of the war. It really gives you what they call here chicken skin. You do get the chicken skin.
The official reason why I came up here is to keep everybody out of harm's way from any ordnance items that they might find and uncover.
Is the tank mine?
We got a good anchor point right up here from a tree. We're going to tie a rappel line off, rappel down, and we have a couple of possible caves right up in here that we're going to check out.
What we have to remember here is this is United States soil. We are in a part of the United States. I'm here on Pagan Island because of the excitement of the whole thing.
So that's the game plan for this morning, is to just try to break up in teams and try to walk an area maybe a little bit below, a little bit above.
You know, the ability to be in a place and provide closure to a family. It's kind of emotional. You know, I didn't know the man. I don't know his family. But it's just something I needed to do, I guess.
Well, I've worn a prisoner of war bracelet for 26 years from a guy named John Reeves, who was lost in Vietnam in December '66. I was in the Marine Corps in Vietnam in the infantry, and I just did something to give back, pay it forward.
I can just feel Lieutenant Bechtel. He's just holding on with everything that he has. The point is, there are 35,000 Americans still missing who our government, the United States government, knows where they are and can be recovered. JPAC can't do it alone. They need our help.